What's good, boys? It's freaking Absolute Alpha here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the timber trap today. This one's really basic. Not too tough at all. The idea is, it's cool that we're in one of these, this is a pretty fun one, is that we're going to be placing a bunch of logs. And then there'll be like sand or gravel on top, either one. Or it could even be snow if you're in a snow biome. And you'll have your axe. Which if you're on Hypixel, it's the Lumberjack's axe, and if you're on a Reddit, and it's a timber Reddit, you break one block, and all the logs drop and fall, and bam, you got yourself a timber trap. Now I'm in single player survival, so I can't simulate that effect here, with the axe, unfortunately. Another way for me to simulate that effect would be for me to grab some signs here, which I could do. It would be, whoops, that's a painting. What would be pretty good is we're going to grab this sign and let's place them on themselves just a little bit here, just so you guys, get the idea for what's going on. So yeah, we got all this, just casually placing some stuff here. So we'll go ahead and place, don't know exactly which blocks are safe here. Okay, there we go. So the idea is, if it was like a lumberjack, so I break this block, all that falls, everything under it, because they'll all like fall and break. So you can make it with signs too, like I just showed you. You're just placing the signs on top of each other on one block, but it's so much difficult to like reset that, because like, let's say I make this big area here, and it goes down and deep, and there's like signs on the sides, so that way everything's okay. How do I get down when there's signs everywhere? I can't like place a block for me to like, because if I break this block to activate the trap, and I'm using signs, I have to be here to, reach all the areas, hit all the edges of the signs. I could get hit from someone chasing me. Very scary stuff. But if it's a lumber's axe, I just go around placing my wood, and bam, and that was so much faster. So we're gonna talk about like spots and that kind of thing. So the most obvious, or not most obvious, but the like most thought of way to do it is just a random sand thing next to water, and you just have someone run through it, and you or somebody else pulls it for you while you're chasing someone. It works pretty well. We also have the option to say go into a mountainside. This is much more common. You see Veggie do this one a lot. I do this one sometimes. And you do whatever, and you have this area here, and we're just going to do this. And so there's the headed part. You can either run the wood along here, so that way there's like a spot to pull, bam, 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 or you can pull from there, or you could pull from like back here or something. That's another common way to do it. And if you're gonna do this, it's especially with sand, not like more gravel really, sometimes people might get smart and break a block. If they break one block, you can always make this too thick of sand, and do this, and have the wood much lower, so if they try to get wise on you, they have 2 layers of sand, and it only takes slightly longer for it to fall. So like you break the one, and then bam, they both fall. And you're gonna want to note that you want slabs at the bottom to break the sand. With a sign, that works too, or pressure plate, but something's gotta break the sand. So the last block has to be something to stop them. Very important that I note that. Some things to think about. Arctic UHC. If you were to play on a server, say like Arctic, they're timber. If I break this block, it won't work, because they're 2 different types of wood. It only breaks the same type of wood. That's not like a thing on every server, but something to keep in mind when on test. Hypixel, everything's just pretty straightforward with the Lumberjack's axe. For other Reddit things that you want to keep in mind, check the timber before you make the trap. So there's a couple different types of timber. One is straight up only timber, which means that the entire tree will get cut, but only straight up. So, do something like this, break it, see if it breaks everything that's connected. Same type of wood, sometimes it won't. Each of these will just be one block, and then you break this one, and then the whole tree goes up. So that's something important. Another one is radial timber. So you might break this, and pretty straightforward. You might do your little test here, break this, and the whole thing goes, and you're like, oh, it's great. You got to test to see if it's a radius. And what do I mean by that? Do something pretty long. If I break this, it might only break like this. It might just do like a 3x3 square. So like if I break this block, everything within, this 4 block wide reach will work. And this can be a problem. Probably not worth trapping on this type of timber, because you're breaking a block from a corner here. So you have a much smaller like area that you can actually do stuff. Because you think this would be a big trap, and it would be. But you're not breaking from the center. You're breaking from way over here. So that can be a problem. So always check the timber. Make sure it's a usable timber before you do a trap like this. And you could potentially do this like as a backup underground too, with gravel or something. People don't really expect that these days. But yeah, that's how you do the timber trap. It's very good. Hope you guys enjoy.